We sat down with Tamara Thomas, a multidisciplinary artist who is exploring ways to release her power of creativity in art and business. Watch this powerful interview to discover how you can reach your full creative potential.
All right, okay. So my name is Tamara Thomas. I would consider myself a multidisciplinary artist, where I work in multiple mediums. Um, Man, I've been creating since, I don't know, I came out the womb. And I love the idea of creating. And so this paper towel technique I've been doing, yes, I'm going to teach kids on Saturday. Okay. This will be my first time. Okay. And I said the whole idea was because some people, especially artists, they get in their head. Just put it out there, and just be free to create an expression. So that's where I'm at, like in my mindset and moving forward. Okay, that sounds really good. So we're here talking with Tamara, and she's going to be working on her own creative goals, or moving ahead with her creative goals. And so, what are your goals? What are your goals? You started already saying, what are your goals here? So my goal is to create a product to bring it to the marketplace, that has a creative flair, that allows women the freedom to express themselves, and they don't have to break the bank to do it. Okay. And so you've already answered this question a little bit. What are your core values? What are the core values of your endeavors? What are the core values? My core values, I think for this particular product, is class. We want to promote class again, and young people, young girls, we want to inspire them, and we want them to feel empowered of doing so, from a feminist standpoint, and owning their identity in that. So what would you say is your strengths and weaknesses at this point in relationship to this product? In relationship to this product, my strength would be I have drawings. I don't have a prototype, but I do have drawings. I have concepts. I understand the different materials of the fabrics that I want to use. I think my weaknesses would be finding a manufacturing, building out the product, and then marketing. A lot of people will start something and then they don't have a marketing budget. Like, nobody's gonna know who you are, what your product is, unless you're marketing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what makes you different than anyone in your product category? What makes yours stand out? I think what makes mine stand out, I understand sizing, human proportion, because I've seen other umbrellas, they're either too big or too small, and they need to be lightweight, they need to be easy to carry. Like, nobody wants a big bulky umbrella. And they must have a carry-on bag so you don't lose it. Because how many people lose their umbrella? Yeah. So I just lost mine the other day. How many people lose it? Yeah. Well, I have two or three. I got one in the car, one here, and one at home. Okay, so, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So the product is umbrella. So when you look at your target market, and you said women, is there an age range of women, or how do we call it, psychographic? What types of women would say, hey, I want one of these umbrellas? I would say the psychographic probably would be between 30 and 50. Pre-menopause ladies, versus, because the temperature, the hot, cold. The one thing about umbrellas that I don't think people pay attention to, that on sunny days, if there's just a little breeze, it goes up underneath that umbrella and it pushes down onto you. Oh. And and not to say that I studied that, but I've been carrying this umbrella for many, many years. Okay. Like I said, I know the weight, the handles, how it should be in my hand, like the different materials. So that is one of the things I think would be like a highlight.
Good. So, what is your marketing strategy to this point? And then, do you have any questions from us about marketing
strategy? So, marketing strategies. One of the things that come to mind is vending shows, right?
Okay.
People have products, you go to vending shows, and you're utilizing the traffic to say, hey, I have this product, try it out. Would be one aspect. I think the other aspect is like utilizing social media, which I personally don't want to do, but social media and marketing the products to people that you don't know. So, because it's another way of putting you in front of people who don't know you, who don't know the product, and educating them.
And you said with social media, you personally don't want to do.
Like I'm doing it now, and I'm like, I gotta stop what I'm doing. I gotta focus. I gotta like create like the concepts, and which is fine, but it does take time.
It's a time consuming.
Yes, it is time.
It does take time. And so I think like when building a business, and it's easy, it's free, but when people are building a business, they have to consider your time. What can you do better with your time? And then other things we need to be paying other people and giving different people roles and projects to support us. Because I think a lot of startups, everybody's trying to do everything by themselves. You can't do everything by yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
And that's where I think a lot of people's downfall.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so right now you are doing some social, and then you're doing some word of mouth, and you have not done vending yet, or you will be doing vending.
No, I haven't done vending yet.
You haven't done any vending yet. And do you have any prototype, any product that you're using at this point that you can, like if someone said we want to buy one of these?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And so I'm looking into that. So there is a particular lady in China who's from America who will go to different manufacturing plants for you. You tell her the spec, you tell her what you want, you pay her a flat fee, and she goes and gathers all that information and do the research.
Okay.
Now, granted, you can go online, but it's just there's nothing like being on the ground. It's like buying furniture.
Yeah.
Like I can order it offline, but when it comes to my house, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same.
Okay.
And so she was one person that I jotted down this week, and then I met a young lady from Ghana who has a clothing manufacturing plant.
Okay.
And so networking with her to understand her connections so that I can get a prototype. Then the third thing was somebody said you can just buy a kit.
Okay.
I can buy a kit. They said buy a kit, create your first one, and then show them.
Okay. And then that way you can show them and they can take that and decide who's going to manufacture it for you. Okay. Okay. So the market is there. You feel the market is there.
Yes.
Okay. And have you talked to any other women and asked them what their thoughts were, or presented this to anyone else?
I spoke to some women.
Okay.
Different age range.
Okay.
The last person I spoke to was a professor. I want to say at Hampton. And she was like, it's a wonderful idea. And she says, in my market, women carry these all the time.
Okay.
And so she does international studies. So she's traveling between Ghana, Nigeria. She's like, yeah, we have them all the time. And she said, but they don't have what I want. I said, what do you want? And there was a particular cloth that she wanted made in this particular umbrella. And so I was like, okay, I had a research, right? Taking notes. I was at a botanical garden. If you go on a nice sunny day, it's so hot. And I had my umbrella. Several women were like, I wish I had one of those. I wish I had one of those. Which puts you in a place, like, even if you had a umbrella vending machine. In a botanical garden. You know, like, let me go. It is 100 and let me go and get one of these.
Okay. So how do you handle Have you had any pushback from anyone who, okay. Mm-hmm. And so how would you handle that if someone said, hey, you know, I don't think this is a good idea? How would you handle that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think people are entitled to their opinion. Mm-hmm. So this is the whole place of target market.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a need for somebody, but it might not be that individual.
Right. Okay.
Which is totally okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, some people like walking in the rain with no umbrella. Some people like, I'd be like,
oh yeah, I see.
You know, umbrella? What the heck?
Down here
it's pouring down. They're
right.
And they're not running.
Yeah.
They're walking.
Yeah.
So So and what's that old saying? Different strokes for different folks. Yeah.
Okay. So you were at our PR workshop.
Yeah.
Is there anything from that PR workshop that you think would apply to what you're trying to do?
In the PR workshop, you guys showed, it was towards the end. Was it a media kit?
Yeah, we talked about a media kit.
A media kit.
Yes.
And when I think of a media kit, I think of something that I would give to potential investors.
Okay.
You know, not just a business plan, but the media kit a part of that.
Yes. Okay.
And saying, hey, because when looking, they want to know where that money is going.
Yes. Yes.
What is it going to go to?
Makes sense. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at some of the points that we had made about PR, because what you're doing could have a good, I mean, there's a story here. There's a story. So a big part of what you have to do, because when you're coming up with as a solopreneur, it's important that your story is told. So there's magazines and there's newspapers and there's people that talk about entrepreneurs that come up, that meet a group of people, the needs of a group of people that no one else has thought about. Okay, so there might be someone that has something similar, but this is unique. You're targeting women. You're targeting women at a certain age range, at certain psychographics, and this will be something that you can emphasize. You can emphasize it from a PR standpoint. You can emphasize it from a story standpoint, and might be some point you do a book about it. But the whole concept is that you want to have a story. So you might want to start thinking about the story, how you came with the product, why you're doing what you're doing, and how it's going to make a difference in the world. First of all, to local regional women, but women in other countries, you can see the need for umbrellas or whatever. It's interesting that when you see that when it's real hot downtown, and you see people with umbrellas on. Umbrellas, never thought of it the way you're talking about it. I thought, people got umbrellas up. I guess they're just trying to keep the sun off them. But those kind of things, those kind of stories, and you might want to start working on a story. A story that talks about who you are, what you're trying to do with this. Then you might want to talk about who you create an avatar story around the person that would need this, that would want this. So, and that way you can use that, your story, your avatar story, to work on public relations, to work on advertising if you decide to do an ad or something like that. And now with social media, or even direct newsletters, now you can send video to your email list. So you could do an e-blast and have a video on your product or how it's beneficial. Now, what's the price point are we looking at? Is there a variation, or is there?
There has been a variation.
Okay.
So there's 2 other women currently in the United States who has them, who creates them. They're running for like about $200. And I was like, interesting, $200 for an umbrella? I don't think so.
For what umbrella?
There must be a market that I don't understand. And I think when I purchased mine, it's about $50.
Okay.
based off of the material. Like I said, there's two different kinds that I've seen, and the weight and the size. Because I think the one that I had, I probably spent about $50. But yeah, so they range between 50 to about 200 and something.
Okay.
Okay. Have you investigated your cost of production?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, for custom, so I've seen like just standard with no designs or anything on them. They're probably in terms of cost of production was like $10. But with this, I'm not sure what the bag as well as the graphics to be printed on the material. So textile, I guess we would get more into. So the thing I'm trying to understand, would that be two separate vendors or would it be one? So
you have to figure it. You have to get that together. So
Yeah.
you're looking to price yourself in the mid-range, higher range, or have like a low range, mid-range, high range. Where were you?
Mid and high.
Okay, mid and high. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking 50 or 100 to a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. And you would look at your distribution through retail stores.
Yeah, I would say retail stores. Yeah.
Okay.
Retail stores. There are people who custom make them on Etsy.
Okay.
And which I didn't see it before, but recently I've been
You've been seeing it.
And I'm like, interesting. People are making these and putting them on, and they are ugly. But they are selling for like $300. Somebody's buying them.
Okay.
And but if you're custom making them, you ain't gotta make a lot. You
Yes.
just
You want a few at a time. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's it sounds like a really good market. Have you investigated like a market value? How many millions are sold? You know, a year. Okay.
I did a business plan a few years ago.
Okay.
And I don't remember the number.
Okay.
But it would definitely be a multi-million-dollar business.
Okay, so very substantial. Okay, that sounds good. So, do you have any questions? You know, when you agreed to come, do you have any questions in your mind for us? I have more questions. But do you have any questions in your mind?
No, but I'm glad that you brought up like the power of story. Putting together a story that convicts and conveys to your audience. Because, you know, especially when it comes to clothing and fashion, people want to see themselves in it.
Yes.
A part of it, and things of that sort.
Yes.
For people, and then people don't see people like us in these particular niches and markets.
Yes. Okay.
And so when they see people, women of color, or women in general, people get behind it. I feel like there's like an energy, but like I said, it's important for me to understand what story am I trying to convey. Like you said, the avatar.
Yeah, that's okay. So would you look at? Okay, so there's a lot of avenues you can go. Of course, you can go retail. You could go a website. You could also go parties where you have women meeting together. It might be all around the umbrellas, but it also could be around something else. But the umbrellas are like a side thing, and or you know someone had a fashion show, and then they had the umbrellas, or if they all were working together. Fashion show and umbrellas together. Those are possibilities that you could work with, and it could either be major or it could be people just doing like house parties.
Right.
And they bring people and they have the coffee and tea, whatever, and then they have the people.
Similar to the way you do Mary Kay parties.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like these network kind of marketing kind of things. I don't drink wine, but I go to wineries. Like the outdoor, the hills. Like that's perfect for these umbrellas.
And then right now they're getting ready to do the polo match. Okay, so and the people are gonna be outside, they eat outside, and then they watch the match, and or you know those are places where you know if you were vending there or if you were involved, connected with them some kind of way. That's another option. The options are pretty high you've got a lot of options
Okay.
in this type of situation. Uh, do you think you could get a network of women to just take a group of these things and have something at their house and another one have it at
Yes.
their houses?
So when I went to Houston in February for a speaking engagement,
Uh-huh.
and I met all of these women.
Okay.
And so I went back 2 months ago,
Okay.
and they all came to meet me. They all had individual businesses. I said, really? And they said, yeah. And so I'm like, well, how do we work together?
Yeah.
The one has a shea butter line. Her sister has a wine line. Now they're doing spa parties together.
Okay.
I said, what? And then she said, yeah, we're going to be in Martha Vineyard. And I was like, where was my invite? And I was like, if I was invited to go to Martha Vineyard and I had this umbrella,
Yes.
it would have been, I would have capitalized off of this experience.
Yes.
So I was offered another speaking engagement in Ghana. And I was like, I'm not doing it until I have this umbrella, because I want to make sure that when I go over there, I have product in hand.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. But they wanted you to talk about that, your product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
But you wanted to have it in here.
Okay. That sounds really good. And you know, here in this city, there's always these African focus events.
There's one on September 12th, so we're gonna go to that. I've never been to anything here.
Yes.
But I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I get invited to speak at an African diaspora conference in Houston? But I met the guy here just randomly.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, you should come to my conference. And I was like, yeah, I've never been to any African conference. Not sure why, but there's a first for everything.
Yes.
And I had an amazing time.
Okay.
And everybody was eager to network.
Yes.
And you met CEOs, you
Okay.
met people who said, here is my product, please review my product, things of that sort.
Okay.
And they gave me direct contacts. And so they said to me, Tamara, the sky is the limit. What is it you want to do? And the umbrella never popped in my mind. And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, the sky is the limit. You're in the room where we can make things happen for you. What is it that you want to do? Meaning, leverage this network.
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah.
So I'm like, stay in contact with these people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that sounds really good. And as long as you see, like we had you sign something.
Yeah.
As long as you are protecting your ideas, your things, like that's the key. Because we get all these people together, you got to make sure that you're protected. But with that, with protection and the right people, you can go anywhere with these ideas. There's a lot of great ideas that people just hold in, and they leave here without using them. So this is really important. And I guess the biggest thing is, like, some of these questions is like, are you able to delegate effectively? Do you have some people that you can delegate things to? I had a friend of mine stop me not too long ago and said, how'd you get all the stuff done that you get done? I said, well, I got teams. I got, you got to have teams of people to get things done. So if you're comfortable with that, if you're comfortable with that, that can make a major difference in how far you go and how many people will support you.
Right.
And being able to share in the profits or whatever, you got to get that all together. But you got to make sure that you make a profit. Because that's the biggest thing. And then make sure that people feel that it's a win-win for everybody.
Okay.
So that's important. And of course, I can see you have a work ethic. So that's really good to include. This is a difficult one. How much money do you plan that you hope to make from these?
At least 10 million.
Okay.
And in a span of 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
So based off of my market research, with consistency, most people start with nothing to something in 2 years. And how they're positioning themselves, networking, social media, in 2 years, they are running multi-million-dollar businesses. And I'm like, how do you do that? But your network is your net worth.
Yes.
And so the ability to step out of your comfort zone to learn how to pitch.
Yes.
There's some people who think fast on their feet. I'm like, where'd you get that from? You know? And I'm like, that's not me. So my sister's going to an event with me on Friday, and I was like, she will be that person. And doing this art gallery, the art show next Sunday, I was told, do nothing but paint. The reason why you're not succeeding because you're trying to do everything all at once. Let somebody else help you. And I'm like, well, I do let people help me, and then they drop the ball. And he was like, not this time. This is the season to everything that's in your head to come out, and it will be executed in excellence, but with the team. So they told me to put a team together. So I have people, the marketing part, I have people who are calling around newspapers, getting the events out, emailing people, making calls. Good. I have the venue. It's down the street from your guys' church.
Oh, okay.
It's the Still City Arts Initiative.
Yes.
So that's where it's going to be at.
Yeah, we've talked with them and met with them before. Because they did a street fair several years ago out there. Yeah, out on the Royal Street or whatever. Yeah, that sounds good.
So it's going to be there.
Yeah.
So but the biggest thing, like you said, is having the right people around and the right people to support you.
Yes. Okay.
And these last few months have been me networking outside of family, outside of just friends, and just understanding where people's knowledge level is, their expertise. Good. Just listening and like, okay, I think I can put them here. I think they can help me here. So.
Okay, that's good. And you got a legal team type?
I don't have a legal team yet, but I need one.
Yeah. We might recommend some people. But having that type of thing and having a financial...
About standing an accountant, tax guy, the whole nine.
And you don't have to hire them completely yet, but you can have
contracted.
Relationship where you be the person or I need to. You don't need to put somebody on retainer yet or nothing like that. You know? We can't get it. We don't want to get there yet. Are you going to incorporate? Have you incorporated or LLC or anything like that?
I have an LLC. But it's just for consulting.
Okay.
And especially for the speaking engagements and things of that sort.
Okay.
So they said, make sure you're covered. They said, we won't work with you unless you have one. So
Okay.
So for the umbrella, I don't have one, but I'm thinking that it has to be two separate entities.
It could be. It could be,
Okay.
but you could actually have it as a subsidiary of what you already have. We're incorporated.
Okay.
And so then we have subsidiaries under that. So you can do that.
Okay.
I'm not real sure about what the difference we are. I think incorporated is a little bit different type of protection. Even more so.
Okay.
But I think you might be able to put something under that LLC. But you can think about it. But you don't want to be, especially with products, you don't want to be exposed.
Right.
You know, because you're dealing with manufacturers and something can happen and whatever. But this won't be on tape. But it's important that you just make sure you have all the protection.
Did y'all file in Pennsylvania or there's 3 states that if somebody searches you, they can't find you. They can't find your name attached to the business.
Yeah.
And Wyoming's one, and then there's 2 others in the United States. So I was like, I just did it under Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. I think going to basic Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that could protect you pretty good. You just want to do is when you're dealing with products, you just want to be you want to be protected. And if anything you have that's proprietary, make sure you have the registrations and things like that. Like your design, you can most likely, even if the umbrella itself cannot be protected, you can protect the design. Protect different things. Because in college that was one of my papers on trademark protection, all that kind of stuff. And so it's very important because sometimes somebody can just come and just walk away with whatever you have, and you don't have any protection. So you want to look at that once you come up with your design, and if there's anything proprietary on how the umbrella opens or anything like that, you just want that to be protected.
Okay.
Just as a product, okay? Just because you have a product. And so you have opportunities where you see growth. So what opportunities, and now we might be repeating ourselves a little bit, what opportunities do you see growth in at this point? So you already mentioned women, what age did you say?
35, yeah.
35 to
About 55.
55,
Yeah.
okay. Are there any other groups that may, like, well, let's think internationally. Internationally, what countries can you see? Now, I heard you mention Africa.
Yeah, so when we say Africa, Kenya is one of the markets, because I'll be in and out of Kenya.
Okay.
Lagos, Ghana, are probably the 3 regions I'll be in and out of in terms of just business and things of that sort.
Okay.
And in terms of going to China, I don't know, China, they do carry the umbrella. But there are other Asian countries, like the smaller ones, like the Philippines, things like that. They too also carry these umbrellas.
Okay.
So.
And so someone's already in those markets. You know they already in that market.
Yeah.
So you would have to be able to be introducing something that's a little unique than what they already have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think this is why, to me, the designs are vital. Because the one lady who sells these umbrellas for $200, there's nothing on them. They just look like a regular umbrella.
Really?
I was like, well, what's different about it?
Right.
And there was one young lady who I saw recently, and she did an excellent job. She did patterns up top, patterns on the inside, and then a fancy handle that had like the old fashioned like lions at the end.
Okay.
And it was like crusted in gold, and I was like,
wow,
genius, right?
Yeah.
So you took something that everybody uses every day, and you put your special spin on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds real good. So, you have investors, or you're looking for investors?
Looking for investors.
Okay. Let's see. So your brand is what at this point? You're the brand.
I'm the brand, yeah.
You're the brand. Okay. So how many people? What percent? Let's say. How many people know about you right now?
Me or the umbrella?
You as a creator.
As a creator.
As creative people, they're buying the creator first.
I know.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm doing this art show here in Pittsburgh. I was like, my family knows I create.
Yes.
People in other cities know I create.
Yes.
Nobody knows I create here.
Okay.
Like very slim.
Very small.
So I was like, I can't create nowhere else until I do something in my city.
Okay.
And so this is why this event is being hosted.
Okay.
Because I was like, how do you? Because I have people in Florida who are calling me, like, can you come down here? This art show. I got people in Houston. Can you come down here? And I'm like, I need to do something at home first.
Okay.
So, in terms of percentage, I think here the percentage may be like 2%, but other states,
they know who
that's
you are.
all they know.
Okay.
Like mayors, key dignitaries.
Okay.
When I go, they say, Tamara, how can we support you?
Oh, wow.
Whatever you want to do, let us know. Because I used to host open mics and art shows when I would live in these different cities. And so they know me by name and by face. Somebody sent me a message like, man, I just missed you so much. But they missed the creative side. Because I've done like event plannings and hostings and putting choir, I can't sing, but putting choirs together. Let's put a harmony, but so they know the creative side in other states. So I want to make sure that I'm blessing those in my city. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good. You're looking at your city. That's great. but it's also good that you're known throughout the country, because that's really the key. What is it? The prophet is not without honor in his own. So it's good. It's good to do what you're doing here, but expand and like you're already doing outside. My cousin just came back here. You might have saw on social media. He just came back here and did a little, I wouldn't say little show, but he had a small venue. And he did, he got these big paintings, and really, really nice work with Afrocentric type of, very graphic. Some of it, that I would say, semi representational work. It was really good. It was really, really nice. So he came here in the city. He was here last year. I didn't know it. So I found out this year, and of course we went. Big crowd of family went, and he did. He did really well here in the city, and it was like a storefront. He set it up there. So the big thing here in the city is getting known, but also emphasizing the fact that you're already known somewhere else.
Right.
Because often it's really great for people to say, the people in Florida think I'm great, and then and people, oh yeah, she's exhibited there in Florida. Come on here.
Yeah.
So like he's from Atlanta, and the art scene for African Americans is pretty big, and he's got these huge paintings as big as this. And he filled this place up with them, and so he's doing well. So he was only here for 2 days. Okay. So we're hoping him to come back next year. But this is good. So you're displaying paintings and
so I'll be displaying paintings next Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm building out an exhibit.
Okay.
So I got 2 weeks, so hopefully I get them done. But I'm building out an exhibit because I'm all about atmosphere. So I want women to come in, and men are welcome. I want women to come in and feel special and feel dainty and pretty. And so DeAndre is letting me do whatever, and I'm like, I gotta flip this thing. It can't just look like this, And so creating the atmosphere, bringing the right lighting, the right vibe, and all the paintings, we are building custom frames.
Okay.
So that they're already ready to be hung. You just be like, wow, I need that in my house. You buy it, you go and you hang it, and it's ready.
That's good. Very good.
So this is next week you're doing this display. So how are you letting people know about it?
So we've been doing email blasts, social media. I did an Eventbrite on social media. I have an Eventbrite. So I did Eventbrite, and I did like the social media count events.
Okay,
We did the Facebook events, and then I've been harassing people in the city. Some people from Whammo and all that, like, oh, I heard you got a party. Let me come. And they're like, and I was like, yeah, I'm painting. I said, let me just do a live painting at your party. And at that painting, while I'm painting, giving out flyers. Here, come to my event.
Okay,
right. Excellent. So I've been bombarding everybody's party, and like, come to my event. Yeah. And so.
Well, send us your event, because I've never seen it. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen some things that you put on social media. Yeah. So that would be good. It's good to know you do that, because like this event that we just did, we have artwork. Saying who. The horse things that I do. The who else was on there? Bill. I'm not Bill. Kenneth Neely. Do you know him? He does. He mixes photography and paint. He does abstract. He does realistic type stuff. It's really like colorful type things. So it's good for you to know some of these people too, because sometimes they have shows and they want to go, do some things together. Yeah, and that's what I want to do. Yeah. So it's called The Ladies of Grand, and it's introducing the Tamara Thomas. So my artwork.
But the next Ladies of Grand, because I want to try to do it 4 times a year.
Okay.
But not just in the city, but rotate it.
Yes,
different
right.
cities.
Okay.
And doing, which I probably need to trademark Ladies of Grand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And host it in multiple cities, but highlighting other people's work.
Okay.
You know, sculptors, painters, just anything.
Yeah.
I was at the nurses event. They had a nursing party, and the lady said, "Can I come?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "But I make cupcakes," and I was like, "That's creative.
Yeah.
You can bring your cupcakes. We need caterers. We need libation. I need mixology, like all of it."
Okay.
And I said, because this event would be to highlight people like you. And she said, "Oh, okay." So, you know, me getting out, having those conversations.
Okay. Good.
But it's definitely something I know that I want to do at least 4 times a year.
Okay.
Which would entail having to build out a team.
Okay. Okay.
State and what does that look like and things of that sort.
That sounds good. So some of your keys is networking. That would be a key thing for you to do is networking, and letting people know who you are. Your brand has to be. Then you have to take that Ladies of Grand, and you have to get that registered. And that's pretty simple, just the name. So do that, and then just keep getting. Have you built a email list? You have a strong email list?
No, I'm starting to build up the email list. Yeah.
Okay. So we've worked with people encouraging them to do that.
Yeah. Because Eventbrite captures that as well.
Yeah.
And then so
you can take that, but then as you go places, having people fill out something to win stuff or whatever, so they can have an email. So you can have an email list of people, or if you do anything where people are bidding on something, you ask the people, even if the person doesn't win, you still want their email address. So whoever's holding the event, you gather all the emails and you put that, and you can start categorizing. Some people are collectors and they'll be buying different pieces from you. Other people will buy a piece every once in a while. Some only buy one time or whatever. And then you have to be able to categorize who's going to be spending $20, who's going to be spending $1,000, who's going to be spending $2,000. So you got to get all that together, and you can take that and build a business from that that supports your art and your umbrellas. Okay. Yeah. So they are buying into a whole ecosystem of supporters and people who value what you're doing. Because that's the big. When I was at my cousin's event, I was telling another cousin of mine who was there. I said, I reminded him. I was telling him, if you go down to the mall and buy a picture, from Walmart or whatever, or that is a different type of artwork than if you buy a piece from him, because his piece is going to have value. It's going to have continual value, and it's going to grow. Where if somebody goes and gets an estate, if they have an estate sale and they have artwork that was bought from Macy's off the wall, that won't be of any value because it's mass reproduced. However, if it's a small print run, or if it's original, that goes up in value. And so helping people understand. A lot of people, when they buy art, they don't understand. Like I've been in some discussions with artists about the AI. Well, AI art does not have the same value as something you created by hand. Okay. And that AI art, at some point, you've seen it on the wall, it's nice for you, but no one else is going to say, hey, I want that piece. Okay. They won't, and they might just throw it in the dumpster when they tear your house down. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that's original, and that artist is known, that's why the branding of the artist is so important. The artist is known. Oh, this is worth some money. So that's the key when it comes to artwork. So this is really good. So your show, because we might as well talk about your show, is give us all the information about the shows coming up.
Okay. So the show is called The Ladies of Grand.
Okay.
And we are presenting 10 unique pieces. And I don't know why. The majority of them are painted with a paper towel. So instead of using a paintbrush, I'm using a paper towel to create texture, shadowing, and all that jazz. And it's just these paintings just have been speaking to me, and everyone is different because no one woman's the same. Yes. So everyone is like, there's a punk rocker, there's an elegant, and they look dreamy. So they're very abstract. You gotta look at it. Is that a woman? Is she standing up? Is she sitting down? And so I purposely created them that way for that kind of just that mystery and to create conversations around them. And then I'll be showing some older work so that people could see the versatility of the art that I can do, from realism to the art abstract. And we'll have the Still City drums. The youth will be playing outside, kind of drum music, and to bring people in. We'll have food. And I'm going to do a live painting. And the paper towel technique so that people can see it. Nobody has done this before. And not to say that I was trying to do something different. I went up in my room one day. I said, God, how am I supposed to pay off my house? And I heard God say, go and paint. I'm thinking like the wall, because I was renovating. He said, no, go and paint. So I go upstairs, pull out my paint, I pull out my paintbrush, and I was like, oh. And there was something on the canvas. I was like, oh, I hate that. So I picked up some paper towel and I went to wipe it. I was like, this paper towel feels so natural in my hand. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be carefree. I'm just gonna relax and ease into this, because I don't want to add something that's going to be stressful to me. And I just start painting. And I showed Miss Sharon and said, what are you going to do with that? I don't know, I'm just up here painting. And so I enter a art competition called Art Battle. I don't know if y'all heard of it, but they do it it's international. They do it live, the whole nine. And they said, this is Tamara. She went to Virginia. Now she's back and she's painting with a paper towel. I don't think she's going to paint with a paper towel. She's going to quit halfway through. I'm like, why would you say that? That's all I brought was this paper towel. And so it sold. I painted something for 20 minutes and it sold. Oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? So then I enter another competition this year. I did Art All Night for the first time. And it was in Point Breeze. I think they still call it Point Breeze, like that. Okay. And it was for 2 hours. So I painted for 2 hours, and I didn't know that they auction your paintings off. Apparently, I didn't read the fine print. The next day, they auctioned it off. I went to go pick up my painting. They said, "Oh, it's sold. Everything's sold. Everybody's painting sold." I said, "Really?" And I said, "Well, how much did it sell for?" And she said, well, show me a picture of your painting and I'll give you the human experience. And I said, okay. And she said, oh yeah, okay, so this is the human experience. And they're like, ooh, And she said, can you come back next year and do this? Because like they were battling over your painting. And I did like a beach skyline, but it was like huge. And I said, well, how much did it sell for? And she said $400. I'm doing math. I'm like, pay $400, 2 hours. What am I doing with my life? I want to quit this job. And so when I was in Houston in February, I met a guy on the plane on Spirit. And we were just talking, and he happens to be an artist as well. He does graphic design. And he was like, so you really paint with just a paper towel? I said, just a paper towel, nothing else. And I said, I don't have no other option. So I'm giving myself no other option. So,
you have those restrictions,
And so he is the reason why we're doing this Galleria. And he was like, and I told him about the umbrella, told him about the Galleria. He's like, you're sitting on multi-million-dollar ideas. And he was like, and I'm trying to understand why. So he went through like 2 weeks of just because he doesn't live here, 2 weeks of the psychology as to why. Why haven't you launched or leap or however people want to put it? And I was like, you know what? We're just doing it. Whether it's successful or not, I'm a success because I'm doing it.
That's right.
I'm
That's
putting it out there. And then he talked about building the teams, and he talked about some of the marketing and things of that sort. So we're here. Now we have the Ladies of Grand.
Yeah, sounds
But it's
great.
always been called the Ladies of Grand. Because I'd done 3 first. And I was like, and I gave all the women's names. Like, and you're Susan, and you're Jasmine, and I was like, you lady. And I talked to these paintings, like the real people. I'm not crazy, guys. I don't answer back. And I was like,
they don't answer
yeah,
back.
right. And so I was just like, wow, like you guys are like the Ladies of Grand. And I don't know why I want to call you that, but yeah, you're just like, you're big, but you don't know it. And I was like, I don't know why I just said that, so I wrote it down. And then I wrote a poem about this woman. And so I told him, I said, you know what? I'm not comfortable with that team at this time, but it's not for me, right? We don't create art for ourselves.
Yes, right.
We create it for other people. Yes. And I was like, so it's time to release, and this is going to bless somebody.
Well, that sounds it's really interesting because we've been doing a lot of things. Well, you were at our anniversary celebration, and we did one a few years ago, 20 years ago, I guess, out in Nemacolin Woodlands, and we bought Sehu and a poet. Sehu's an artist and a poet there. We brought people in that help people release the power of creativity. That's our thing. Release the power of creativity. And so what you're talking about is the theme of our company.
Yes.
Encouraging people to look at the creative things that God has given to them. God was creator. God is the creator. That's the first thing we hear about God. Is in the beginning, God created. He created us to create. You know, we create out of something. He created out of nothing, but we have something that we bring together and bring our creative ideas and put it together and do what we need to do, like you're doing with the umbrellas and with the paint and with the artwork and the paper towels. These are something that were already created, but you can use that to create something new.
Yes.
Okay. And so this whole discussion is really great because we're hoping that it will encourage other people to look at their areas in their lives and where they can take what they have, whatever's in their hand, and create something new. Because that's what God wants us to do.
Right.
And when we create something, it brings us before people that we normally would not get an idea.
Exactly.
Know who we would never have an opportunity. Right. But when they see creativity, they're drawn towards it. And they're like, oh, who did that?
Yes.
Who did that painting? That's why you do your signature, you do your copyright and all that on the things that you do, because there's value in what you have inside of you. And if you can bring it out. So we encourage everyone that works with us to release the power of creativity. And so, do you have any other questions before we're done? And have we covered some of the areas that you need covered?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So this is our goal to everybody that's in any industry. I think you can be in nursing and be creative. I think you can be a doctor and be creative. I think you can be a lawyer and be creative. And I think there's so many solutions in society that'll come about if we use our creativity.
Right.
Okay. So you're encouraging women. You're building them up. You're giving them this some people see that you're doing this and say, oh, I can do X, Y, Z because I see what Tamara's doing. And so that's our goal. Kathy, you have anything else you want to mention?
I'm just very excited about all the things you're doing. I'm looking forward to looking at some of your work.
Great. We are glad to see you doing what you're doing. We're going to support your event. We just say that date again and time and place.
September 30th, Still City Art Initiative on Boyle Street? Boyle Street, Boyle Street. And it's from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So
Is there an admission cost?
it's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
But you have artwork there for sale.
Yes.
Great.
So come ready to buy some artwork. We're so glad to be with Tamara as she moves ahead and releasing the power of creativity in her life.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here are 7 quick takeaways from this interview. 1. Be creative. 2. Network. 3. Protect your ideas. 4. Set up a good business structure. 5. Have a unique selling position. 6. Know your market. And 7. Tell your story. Did you discover any more? If so, put them in the comments. To discuss how you can release the power of creativity, call Bynums at 412-471-IDEA or 412-471-4332. Visit our website at www.bynums.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like and share this video.